Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to go over this Field75 HE Hall effect from NuPhy X Akira 40K. I don't know what does it mean, this Akira, maybe combination with some other guys who is doing magnetic switches or mechanical keyboards, right? So let's go, let's quickly check what we have as a kit for this keyboard, how this keyboard looks like, right? But more important, let's go and let's check the latency, how the switches work. And I found some interesting, I don't know, is it defect, bug or feature? I will ask you, but it will be later. Let's go. So first of all, as a kit, you will have a keyboard itself. The keyboard is pretty nice, but give me a sec. You will have 4 additional keycaps for macOS if you need them. Pretty interesting and nice looking cable, right? Again, nice looking, not standard key and switch puller, which is awesome. And as always from NuPhy, this kind of manual with some nice girls from the other side, right? Let's quickly check what we have as a keyboard itself. So first of all, this is, if I understand correctly, same as Field75. Unfortunately, I didn't have a chance to review like initial or original keyboard, right? But it seems it's the same layout and the same idea, right? So this keyboard is only wired. I think it's somehow related to magnetic switches because it's not so easy to do all 3 things together: aluminum case, wireless, and magnetic switches, right? So in this case, we have plastic keyboard, wired connection, and magnetic switches, right? But from the left side, we have this nice elements made from metal, and this is a volume knob, super, how to say, it's so well made. I mean, sound, how it's clicking, tactile, how you can feel this knob. So this knob for me is the best part of this keyboard, really. Then we have several additional switches. This one is to switch between Mag, Win, and gaming mode. And gaming mode is nothing else, just disabling Win button. So it's, you know, important but not super something, right? This knob is changing the RGB, right? You can reduce brightness or increase brightness, and if you press, you will change the RGB color. I mean schema. Also, you have 8 additional keys. You can customize them and assign like different functions, right? So pretty interesting and useful. From the right side, you have this page up, page down arrow keys and del, and also you have obviously F row, right? From the bottom side, you have this nice mirror shield with Field75 HE. You have 1 level adjustment fits. On the back side, you have USB-C port, some legends on a case, and that's all. From the keycaps point of view, we have double shot PBT, pretty well made, crystal clear and crisp legends, everything good with the keycaps. I like them a lot. Underneath we have well-known Gatron Jade Switch, right? You have 2 options with the keyboard. You can have with a white Gatron or the Jade Gatron. No big difference, if any difference at all, but you have this Jade switch, right? Now let's go connect this keyboard to my MacBook this time, and let's do the real performance testing. Okay, so first of all, driver. Driver is a web-based and UI is just awesome. I really appreciate it. So guys who did this UI, dev team, it's just great work, just awesome work. It's so clear, so simple, so nice looking software that it's like really second feature of this keyboard after this super pleasant knob. Apart simple stuff that you can do some rebinding, you can do some lighting stuff, right? You have some settings and you can do this change from 1000 to 8000. pooling rate, like immediately I need to say that this is not the most important stuff at all, and I've explained this in the summary of this video, so just stick around, right? But let's go and check the main stuff. So first of all, it makes sense to do a calibration. So switch selection, we have Jade. Let's do the calibration. Here you go, right? And I mean, you can set up different keys with different actuation point and initial dead zone and bottom dead zone, and all these rapid trigger functions and all of that. But what I really want you to show is different stuff. So I did record with my camera with a 60 FPS, and I did record of my desktop with the same 60 FPS, and then I did a synchronization based on timer stopwatch with a millisecond. And now I want to show you the like two things. First is latency, and second is difference between actuation point of 0.5, for example, and 3.5. So let's start from this simple test, right? I set up this Q key for 0.5 actuation, right? You can see this. And then I just count how many frames I have from the press of the key until I see the result on the screen, right? And you can see that it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 frames, which is, again, as I mentioned in my previous video, fast, right? Next test was with a W, and I set W on 3.5 millimeters of actuation point, and you can see that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, right? Plus 1, 2 frames. So difference between 0.5 and 3.5 millimeters of actuation point is 1 or 2 frames per second. I'm sorry guys, but you are not a Superman or Batman or whatever other hero, or you're not a Homelander. You cannot recognize 1 or 2 frame difference between different actuation points. You just physically cannot. And I again explain this in a summary, but just so you know. So regarding the feature or bug or whatever, I don't know, when I'm just pulling up the switch and then pulling the switch back, right, you see that now my default position of the switch is not like this 0, right? It's became 1 point, I don't know what is this, like 3 or something like that. I don't know what is this, is it a feature or bug, or I can do recalibration, and now you see that this key is became a little bit different. So I don't know, guys from NuPhy, or maybe you guys, who is watching this video, you can suggest me something in the comments under this video. But this is a situation. So guys, as a summary, this summary will be a little bit more useful than usual. So I want to explain you two different things. One, different between different actuation point, right? And second, different between, for example, 500 Hz, sorry, and 8K pooling rate, right? So my personal fair opinion that all of this is obviously marketing, like for 99%. Of course, if you have faster actuation point and 8K pooling rate, you have a little bit better keyboards than keyboards for 20 bucks, like 10 years old keyboard, right? But I discussed this with ChatGPT, this difference, and I just want you just to show you a couple of examples so you understand what I'm talking about. Actuation point, I just show you the difference between 0.5 and 3.5 millimeters is 2 frames. Once again, 60 frames per second, and we are talking about difference of 2 frames. You can do this simple math by yourself, but just so you know, your brain works slower than this. So you cannot feel or see this difference, and you cannot feel this difference in the game. It's impossible physically. Fact number 1. Fact number 2 about this 8K pooling rate. So first of all, let me show you these pictures. I try to test this pooling rate. I start from 1K, then 4K, and then 8K, behavior of this keyboard is pretty strange for me, and I never saw 8K using this tool, this key inspector, right? But regardless of this, just hear me out. Difference between 500 Hz and 800 Hz, right, is 1 millisecond or maximum 2 milliseconds. Again, it's impossible to see or feel in real life. Even if you are super duper esport gamer, it doesn't work like this. And again, let give me a couple of facts, right? So human reaction time, right? 150 to 150 millisecond. So just remember this number. Let's assume 200, just for simple memory. 200 millisecond, right? Perception of delay, difference between 500 megahertz and 8K pulling rate, right? 1 millisecond between 500 Hz and 1K, which is the biggest difference, 1 millisecond. I just told you that human reaction is 200 and 2 milliseconds. I hope you understand. Sounds complicated, but in reality it's super simple. We just talking about very small numbers, right? Difference between 4K and 8K is 0.125 millisecond, and ChatGPT is saying that it's beyond human perception, and I rather agree with this, right? So what I'm trying to say, that keyboard with a 1K is more than enough for you forever. Everything else is marketing numbers, just so you pay more. This is my opinion. If you not agree with me, please leave a comment under this video and I will be happy to discuss this with you. If you agree with me, maybe you know even better facts, what you like, you can write under this video, so I can use it next time to explain this to my different people who is watching my videos, like more young guys who think that they can buy a keyboard for 150 bucks and rule the game, or maybe for more adult people who know what does it mean marketing stuff. Thank you for watching. I hope this video was useful for you. See you next time.